The report didn't speak to another culture, and that's the culture that exists in cases where families have a loved one that's been killed by a defective product or have been seriously injured such that a loved one is permanently brain injured, a quadriplegic, a paraplegic, but has a catastrophic injury as a result of a dangerous, defective product. And they hire a lawyer to find out what happened to their loved one and how did this happen to their loved one. And like in the ignition switch cases, when the lawyer asks the company, and in this instance, General Motors, for information regarding the product, because the company that manufactures and designs the product has all of the information about its product. The component part makers, how it was designed, the computer algorithms that make all of these things in the cars work now. So the company has all of the information. So when the lawyer requests the information, these companies like General Motors, Ford, they hire the best lawyers that money can buy. And when they hire the lawyers, the best lawyers that money can buy, there's a culture by which they too, in the confines of the case where the family is trying to find out how this defective product harmed their child, also plays hide the ball. And so they filed these, what we call protective order motions, and they're onerous motions so that they can keep their information secret. And so they get courts to enter what I call secrecy orders based on their filing of a protective order saying we need to protect the confidentiality of our documents because they're trade secret. And these companies hire lawyers to say that about vehicles that may be 20 years old, using technology that's outdated, and would still put forward that they are somehow trade secrets. And so they fight hard. And so what happens is courts look at this information, and courts too have also established a culture by which they allow the big product makers to keep their materials secret. They enter orders that prevent lawyers who represent families who are attempting to find out what happened to a loved one from sharing information with each other. These companies don't want lawyers sharing information with each other, because if lawyers got to share information that they found out about a case with a lawyer in another state, then that would also assist them in trying to figure out what happened in a case where someone's loved one was catastrophically injured or killed. And so they enter these secrecy orders that also protect companies like General Motors. And so these orders are entered in courts all over the country so that General Motors, or whatever the company is, can keep its materials secret. And so the public won't know about certain defects in their products that have caused a catastrophic injury or a death.